Yo, you ready to go?
You ready for a real good conversation?
I am. I am.
Then let's go.
I think his pet peeve with me is that I never stop. I do not sit. I feel like sitting down rots your bones and your muscles. I am constantly in movement. I'm either cleaning or I'm organizing or I'm doing something. And he can't stand that. It makes him nervous. He hates when I'm constantly just like flipping around the house, doing everything. What did Cooper say I do? God, Cooper said that I over fuddle. I got to get him in here. I got to get the exact term
Well,
so you can get it right.
what we're gonna do next time,
It was
very easy and
hilarious.
simple. I'm gonna come up with my answer for what she thinks is her biggest pet peeve with me. You bring him on, and he will tell us what his biggest pet peeve is with you. Welcome to Real Good Combo with Michael C. and the feisty one, Miss Shannon Reedy, where laughter is the soundtrack, positivity is the script, and good vibes is the guest of honor. It's just a carefree conversation that's perfect for a pick-me-up for this evening. I got to get into what happened in the last conversation that me and Miss Shannon had. We were talking about pet peeve, and our homework assignment was very easy and simple. First, I had to tell her what my wife thought it was my pet peeve, was her pet peeve with me, and now she brought her husband, Mr. Adam Reedy, and he's going to tell her what he thinks his pet peeve is with her. I'm actually ready to get this one started. I want to actually go with him first because mine isn't. Adam, tell me, what is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to Shannon?
Uh, it's actually pretty funny. So although she's semi OCD, she never closes doors or drawers or anything of the sort. Like if you went and looked at her dresser right now, I guarantee at least half the drawers are just hanging open.
It's not true.
It drives me insane.
Oh, so it's like
Every time she's in the kitchen, every like cabinet will be open.
That's not true. Like I
Drawers are
make
hanging open.
a very conscious effort to make sure everything is closed before you come home to lunch.
It's not true.
It is.
Well,
I try.
That is my biggest pet peeve.
that's the biggest pet peeve. Well, I said that the biggest pet peeve that Noelle had with me was my forgetfulness. It actually was, I was actually dead wrong. She said the biggest pet peeve that she has with me is, unfortunately, my tone.
Mm.
My tone. And I don't know how many people have said how loud I am and all that. And there's times when I understand. I'm trying to work on my tone. I promise you, I'm trying to work on my tone. With that said,
That's funny.
go
I
ahead.
constantly let Adam for his delivery. His delivery sucks. Even when he's trying to be sweet, sometimes he'll just come across so condescending. So
Let me
it's
ask
funny
you
that
this: is
Noel.
that the same thing? Is it delivery and tone? Are they totally the
I
same?
think
Or
it's
they
very
different?
similar. I think it's very similar. Like it's definitely on the same highway.
Well, how do you figure?
Highway.
Same highway. You might be in different lanes, but it's the same highway.
Greatest analogy I've ever heard.
Well,
The same ballpark. Same different.
See, I'll probably made a dick right out while saying that.
there you go. There you go. At the end of the day, if you have to work on your tone or you have to work on your delivery, fellas, it's the same thing. With that being said, we'll be back with a lot more with Adam and Shannon right after this. Introducing Yobi Energy Drink, the ultimate fuel for your day. It's packed with natural ingredients and his powerful kit. Dobie Energy Drink keeps you energized and focused without the crash. Try Dobie Energy Drink today and experience the true power of energy. Go to www.dobie.gg, click below the discount code, use the code Michael C. Now, back to our show. We're back with Real Good Combo with Michael C. and the feisty one, Miss Shannon Reedy. She brought today her husband, Mr. Adam Reedy, my guy. And remember, hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Start of Valentine's Day. We're in February. So, again, Black History Month with a little bit of love. Let's talk about with love being in the air with you two. Let's dive a little bit into it. I want to ask you guys, what keeps it alive after 17 years?
Go ahead.
Drinking helps.
That's not the
You know, it does take the edge off though. I think we're just at this moment in our lives where we need each other. Like we're a soundboard for one another. We've grown together. I feel like we were babies when we met, and we've raised kids together. We've raised ourselves together with one another, and I believe that like he's my best friend. He's the biggest pain in the ass, but he's my best friend. And at the end of the day, like it's just really cool to be able to just mess around and have fun and be able to live with somebody that you actually appreciate. So I think we require one another. You know, you can't have a left shoe without a right shoe. I'm completely going to consistently make these.
I'm gonna tell you right now and tell you, you
I'm going
started
to
turning
say
this.
that.
At the beginning, I was like, dang, like, I swear to you, I was thinking like, dang, it really sounds like all she's saying is like, oh, I just tolerate you. Until you start swinging around a little bit, where I'm like, all right, now it's making a little more sense. Because it really started sounding like, man, I just tolerate you. I really just tolerate you. Yeah, we had kids together, but I tolerate you. But you swung it into a nice little way. What about
I
you?
did.
How do you feel like Flame is still alive after 17 years?
So I think what she says, right? Like we we had some rough patches at first and we always managed to work it out. So I think now it's just easier if we ever have something to talk about. We already know how to do it. So that helps a lot. Just being able to communicate, even when you're angry or, I mean, because obviously you're going to get mad at the other person and pissed. So, but now we know how to like talk about it in a respectful manner.
Yeah, we've developed like best practices over almost 2 decades. So when something goes awry, you're just kind of like, you go back in the database, you're like, okay, shit, how did I deal with this last time?
Ours is
Easy.
different.
Yeah.
I know one thing with me and Noel, it got to where it was argument, like you guys said, we changed after a while. And the one thing I really changed is like, I'm just not going to say nothing to you for about a little bit. And one thing that really hit me one time is thinking, she looks at this like, yes, you're not talking to me. That's what I've been waiting for. Yeah, I can walk around the house. You walk beside me, not say a word to me. I'm good with that. I needed that. Now I have a little bit of peace and quiet. You're loud. So now you're not talking to me. I'm good. And then it's like, I might do things like, I'm not going to take out the garbage. She'll put the garbage on the side. Knowing good as well, I'm going to come back, scoop the garbage, put it out. And it's just like the little quirky things that we'll do. And it's like, she knows me well enough where it's like, even if I don't communicate with her, we're communicating without even saying a word, even if I'm angry with her. So you guys are pretty much saying the same thing. So saying that about like having speed bumps in your relationship, what is another way that you guys handle those speed bumps in your relationship?
It's honestly like, okay, so example. I wake up in the morning to put our oldest, to make sure he gets out the door to school. And that particular morning, I felt like I wanted to brush my teeth. And I have an electric toothbrush, so I brushed my teeth. This dude wakes up an hour and a half after I've already been up, getting Coop on like outdoor dishes, load of laundry, and he looks at me and says, "If I could just make a request," and I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Can you not brush your teeth in the morning because it makes so much noise and it woke me up?" I lost my shit.
True story.
I did. And he didn't even come home for lunch that day. Like he avoided the house like
Ladies and gentlemen, you got to know who he is to understand why I'm laughing so hard, because this is who he is.
that was our biggest fight in the last like honest to God, I think that was our biggest fight in the last 2 years of our marriage. You saying that.
Wow.
I was
Yeah.
hot. God, you pissed me off with that.
So I'm
So
asking
how do we
Adam.
overcome it? How do we overcome it? I said some things that I shouldn't have said. He said some things that he shouldn't have said. By the time we came back together after about 9 hours, I said, "Listen, I said some things I shouldn't have said. You're the asshole. Are we cool?" He was like, "Yeah, we're cool." He said, "Let's go down and make dinner." I was like, "Okay, awesome." It's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's frivolous. It's
Right.
frivolous.
Right, I agree
So
with that.
you overcome it easily.
I agree.
Yeah.
Adam, may I ask you this?
Then I would do something, make it nice.
It's sometimes they may think that we're okay with it. Water over the dam, but we still have that little fire inside. We're still angry about the situation. We just want to get it over with. I'm just
Curious.
not trying to worry about this anymore. I want to ask you, how do you deal with that when you know that you're still right and she still thinks she's right and you know she's wrong?
I usually, once I make my point, I just let it go. It's not, at that point, it's not use fighting over. I said what I need to say. And, we move on and just get over it. Because honestly, being right all the time isn't really that important anymore. As long as
You heard it.
as long as
You heard
that's
it.
how I feel. You know what I mean?
You heard it from a wise man. Let go, let God.
Yeah.
Move
Let it go.
on. It's not worth it. I want to ask you guys, I want to ask you guys when it comes down to, we're in Valentine's Day, so you know you got a lot of singles out there. Do you have any of, Shannon, on the female side, do you have any advice for the female single ladies out there?
I think just go with your gut, understand who you are and make sure that person on the other end is going to compliment you and not make you feel less of what you want to become.
Adam, I want to ask you, do you have any advice for the single males out there?
Yeah, I think it is just stick to what you actually enjoy doing. Like, don't try to be somebody you're not. Like, if you're into, I don't know, sewing or whatever, like go to sewing classes. I'm sure you'll find somebody, or cooking, whatever it may be. Be true to
Napping.
yourself, and you'll meet people who like the same things you do.
There it is. There it is.
So
You guys already see. You see what they got. They got love is in the air, y'all. Love is in the air. When it comes down to it, love is in the air. With them, love has been in the air for 17 plus years and counts. We're going to talk a little bit more about love, and we're going to have one or two more questions, and we'll wrap it up. And we'll be back right after this. We're back. You already know who it is. It's Michael C., the source of life, over the mic. And I got the feisty one, y'all. Miss Shannon Reedy. And she brought her husband, Mr. Adam Reedy. We're all here just having that real good combo. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. I got a question from one of the listeners. Brittany from Virginia asked this. How do you keep the passion alive after kids? Shannon?
Kids are heavy sometimes to have to deal with, and we have different parenting styles sometimes, and the way we speak to them is on a different level, and so it brings up a lot of turmoil sometimes between the two of us. And so we regroup, we reflect, and then we'll go out for dinner or a drink or something. I think making sure that as a unit, the two married individuals maintain their individual status. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
think that, you have to remember, like, I was my own person before Adam, but then we became together. We were a couple before kids. And we always have to go back to make sure that, we always do maintain that status without the kids. And so I'm
So you
fucking
just
this
want
up.
to,
So
pretty much is what you're saying at the end of the day, is that when it's the kid, it's us as a couple, but we have to also remember you and I are individuals. We have a reason why
Yeah.
we're together. We're a team, but at the end of the day, I'm an individual, and you're an individual. And the thing that we have to respect is our individuality.
yeah. Yeah. Before we were parents,
I get it.
we were partners, you know what I mean? And I think that you constantly have to bring that partnership to the surface and not dilute it all of the time with a family
Mhm.
dynamic.
Sometimes you have to sit back and have to almost push away the kids for a second and say, hey, we need our us
Yeah.
because now we have to learn each other again and again and again and again for the rest of our lives. Because you're not the same when you got married to 17 years later where you are now. It's
Yeah.
tough.
I think the best advice I ever heard was keep dating each other.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Take each other out. Ask questions. What's new in your life? What's happening with you specifically without the kids?
We're going to rewind this down here. Valentine's Day. It's coming right around the corner. What's your best and your most memorable date you two have ever had with each other?
When we started dating, we would do dinners every Thursday. We were like an old couple, and we made sure that I never worked Thursday nights, and we would literally just, like, we had this amazing courtship, and every Thursday we would go out to dinner, and I so look forward to that. And so I don't think it was one date. I think it was that cadence that as we were getting to know one another, we reserve that time for one another.
You're a smooth
Or it's like
dude.
so early on in our relationship.
You're a smooth dude when you want to be, huh? You're a smooth dude when you want to be, man. Let me ask you this, and I'm going straight to you, Adam.
Yes, sir.
We going back 17 plus years. Do you remember your first date?
This is a bullshit question.
So there's a disagreement as to where it was, either at Gilligan's or your place.
Rest in peace, Webby.
Yes, rest in peace, YP. Loved it. I seem to think it was Gilligan's.
It was YP.
See. Needless to say, neither of us ended up very sober that evening. But yes, either way, I do remember it was quite fun. We played pool, we talked about football. That's when I knew she was actually
It was a
pretty-
Monday night, and the Bears were playing.
I found out she was a terrible Bears fan.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was pretty fun.
comes with the territory.
There it is. Look at that. Look at that. I took them down memory lane. Took y'all down memory lane.
Woman's viewpoint to you two. What is it that shows you just how much we love you and appreciate you? Because sometimes my way of doing things is my way of showing it is doing things sometimes, and I forget the whole verbal aspect of describing just how much I adore and love him. But like, what really just
All right,
Your heartstrings.
what do you want? I'm going to tell you because he's going to agree with me on there. There's two different answers.
The clean one.
There's two different answers.
The PG one.
We all know the one.
There's a PG one, and there's the one I'm not going to say on the air. So let's stick with PG. If for me, I think women think that guys are so complicated. We're not that complicated. All you have to do is just appreciate us. Very simple and easy. Like, appreciate some of the things that we do. I mean, just guys actually do want to hear those. Yo, you look good today. Like, you look all right. Like, and look at you. You all right, looking all right today. Me, I say that all the time to my wife.
Yep.
Sometimes words go far with guys. Just, you don't have to say it all the time. You don't got to say every time I wake up, ooh, look at you. You don't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that. But sometimes just saying just the little things of appreciation. I mean, it's just the same way. It goes the same way for you guys as it goes with us. That's all it is. You all just want us to go a little bit further and want us to give you, want us to possibly shower you with gifts. We don't want that. You again, there's a PG version and there's an X-rated version. But with that being said, and you already know that everything is right around the corner. Love is right around the corner. Love should always be in the air. But that one day, February 14th, 2024 is right around the corner. We want to say happy Valentine's Day to you and yours. And we'll be back wrapping this up right after this. We're at the shout outs. We're at the ride out. I want to know, does either one of you have any shout outs before we get out of here?
Just shout out to Love for everybody who found it, for everybody who's looking for it, for everybody who thinks they can't find it. It's there. Just search. So shout out to Love.
Got anything to talk to him, Adam?
I'll shout out my dad for showing me how to be a good man.
My guy. Going to have a special shout out to my brother on February 8th. He's going to be a year older. I'll at you, guy. Happy birthday, my guy.
Happy birthday.
My guy. I want to thank you for tuning in to Real Good Convo with Michael C. and the feisty one, Miss Shannon Reedy, where smiles are contagious and joy is the sign off. If you want to reach us, all you have to reach us at the number one skybox at gmail.com. Until next time, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Remember, be good to yourself and
Be kind.
heard her.